Have you ever heard of a roux? No, not a kangaroo, a box of screws, or even a coffee brew, but a roux, spelled R-O-U-X. It's a classic thickening agent in many dishes and recipes, from gravies to gumbos. I personally learned how to make a roux in high school in a culinary vocational, where 3 hours a day we would go to a kitchen and learn basic cooking techniques and recipes. Now, I could walk you through one of these recipes from start to finish, but I think that learning this one specific technique would be more helpful and useful over time with many different recipes you could try in the future. I will walk through what you'll need to make a roux, how to make a roux, and the stages a roux goes through while being cooked. And with that being said, let's get to the kitchen. First is preparing for success. If you're doing a full recipe, you're gonna wanna lay out everything you have, but for today's uses, let's just say we're pre-making the roux for a later date. What you're gonna need: a pan, medium heat. You don't wanna burn your roux, medium. And a whisk. We are always gonna be whisking this whole time. Then the ingredients. It is just flour and any fat, any rendered fat that you want. I'm using a butter. And then, what's the proportions? It's a 1-to-1 ratio. I'll be using 3 tablespoons of butter and 3 tablespoons of flour. Okay. First, melt your butter. You'll add the equal parts flour to this. And this is when you start whisking. This is a white roux. This is just when they first mix together and become a more pasty texture. It is mostly used for milk-based sauces. It adds literally no flavor, but a lot of thickness to the sauce. This is a blonde roux. It's a little bit more tan than your white roux. It's taken about 5 to 10 minutes to get here. It really just depends on how hot you can keep your stove without burning your roux. It's a little bit thinner. It is the most common roux. It's used for most soups that you will make. This is when you would start adding your milk or your cheese to start making the sauce or soup. Now this is a brown roux. It's really a more tan or caramel color, but this is when I would usually start slowing down on my whisking. It's not as important. It's a little bit more thinner. This roux gives you a lot more flavor. It has a lot of aroma, a nuttiness to it. Is less used for thickness. If you want to use this to thicken up and flavor your dish, you're gonna need about a little bit more than this amount to actually make a difference. Finally, you have a dark brown roux. It's kind of a milk chocolatey color. This is mostly used in Creole and Cajun dishes. It really doesn't add any thickness, but it adds a lot of flavor. And that's all there is to it. 2 simple steps and 2 simple ingredients, but still quite easy to mess up. The key to remember is control your heat, stir consistently, and choose what stage is right for your dish's purpose. Now, after mastering this skill, you'll be able to create any dish with full flavor and creaminess.